hard, don't need rest. No breaks when you're chasing success. You snooze, you lose, no redos. Only get one shot, there's no sequel. Have fun, love what you do. Live right, be your own individual. Stay sharp, play smart, this is your life. I don't know much, but I know you don't live twice. Don't waste it, yeah, don't waste it.
Hey guys, this is Chrissy Morales here on Unsung Heroes Season 3. Ooh. And I'm here with the amazing Kel'li. Hi, Kel'li.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Hi, everybody.
We're here kicking this Season 3 off. So exciting.
I'm hyped to be here.
And we are just so honored to have you. I was so happy when you reached out to me on Instagram.
Yes, absolutely.
I was like, oh, this is so exciting.
I saw what you were doing, like your energy was so good. I'm like, oh no, let's do this.
Thank you. Yeah. I like to keep my this is gonna sound corny. I like to keep my energy as popping as my curls.
Absolutely. And your curls are popping.
Thank you.
No frizz in sight.
And usually I have frizzies, but I put some spray on, so it all worked out good.
It's looking good.
So let's tell the world what you're doing. You're doing so much.
I am actually having a grand opening for my company called Guideline Girls Academy and a consulting firm. Ooh. So that is May 4th. And it is happening in the Germantown section of Philadelphia. It is for people who have a manuscript. They want to become an author. They want to start an LLC or an S Corp. They want to start a 501c3. Okay. I help them do that.
That's amazing.
And also, I'm a relationship analyst. So I'm like the Hitch of 2019.
Okay.
So I'm like a date.
Will Smith, you better watch him.
Well, that's what it really came about from He Can Be Faithful. Like when I wrote the book, the guidelines just kind of like took off. So it was like, oh my gosh, I really need like real help with dating. Like, and I was just like, wait a minute. Okay, I can actually set you up with case studies and we can get this thing going.
Ooh,
so it hit
awesome.
off the ground. Yes, the last 5 and 6 months, we generated 10 guideline girls, solid guideline girls.
Wow.
Where I'm actually helping them date like in real life.
So let's go through a scenario of, I reach out to you and I'm like, hey girl, I need help dating.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I would ask them, have you read the book?
And that's a trick question. So you're gonna get a dot.
Yeah. So, but some of them have. So that's how they reach out to me. So they're like, I read the guidelines and I'm ready. Ooh. Like, and they're just like, I'm tired of living wrong. I'm tired of getting all the wrong guys. Yes. So the information was so solid, I think, and it was such like a small read, like an easy read, that it just glued. It stuck. So when they call me and they reach out to me, I'm like, okay, have you read the book? They're like, yes, I've read the book and I'm ready. Ooh. I'm like, so what have you been doing wrong? And then they'll be like, I'm a Carmen. Like there's characters in the book. And they're like, do you know that's what I do? I've been sabotaging my life this whole time.
That's funny.
And they're like, I need your help, because a lot of times we don't even understand that we're stuck in bad practice. So we've been doing something for so long that's detrimental to our relationship and we don't even really realize it. Right. So we'll say, oh, he's unfaithful, he's a cheater, liar, deceiver. And it's just like, wait, step back a moment, because you've been doing some stuff too. So that's what this book is about.
So it's basically like, don't point fingers.
Nope.
Self-analyzing.
This is self-analyzing, self-confidence, self-esteem, self-awareness, all that kind of stuff wrapped up in one.
And this is in your book. What's your book title?
It's called He Can Be Faithful. It's available now on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. They can get it on either of my websites. It's fun. We've got 2 awards for it already.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. Look at you go. Yeah. And when did this get released?
It came out on my birthday, October 19th of 2018. It came out.
Woo.
So yes, it was like a major thing. Like we had the radio come out. We had like people from the paper come out. They were just like, he can be faithful. Ooh. Like the audacity of the title, because
they were probably like, hold up,
listen,
what are you talking about?
I had so many people like, girl, what? Please no, whatever. He's a dog, always going to be a dog. And I was like, see, this is why. Like, just read the book and then say, oh, he's still a dog. But this is like critically acclaimed, because even the girls who were like that, I made them a believer.
That's amazing. So you basically like transformed their minds from being these sassy
frags. You said the right words. This is a transformation guide. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Amazing.
You said
and how's
the right
your
words.
Success rate with this?
We have a 100% success rate right now. Okay. The last girl that we hooked up, we won't say any names. This was literally by way of Instagram. So I said, who do you like out of these guys? So she sent the guys, made them know that she was there. So she sent him a friend request. And she was like, he's not going to respond to me just by sending out a friend request. And I was like, he will. And she was like, but how? I'm like, trust me, he will. So she was like posting her little stories as she usually would. And Lord and behold, the guy started watching like all of her stories and started like getting into, and then messaged her and was like, ha ha ha, that was funny. Like, like underneath one of her stories. And she was like, called me. Oh my gosh, he just responded. She's like, he's on my story. I was like, I told you, like, just calm down.
That is too funny. Now, was she being extra, like, cute on her Insta story?
She wasn't. She was being her organic self.
That's amazing.
And I told her, don't overdo it. Don't try to overexert yourself, because it's his job to come to you anyway. And we've kind of grown into this fashion where it's like, oh, well, let me call him. Let me know how much I love him. Let me go out and just do something. No, bring it back.
Right.
And understand that you and him think two completely different ways. So what you're doing is not translating to his thought process that he wants you. You may be a good friend, but he's not seeking you as a lover. So. And
tell us, how did you come about, like, being an expert in this?
Well, I took 3 cycles of marriage classes, which were 12 weeks. Each course. I have 4 proposals, 1 engagement.
Look at you go! You're gonna be like J-Lo, the Lord of the Rings. They're calling her the Lord of the Rings.
I am so serious. So they were like, "So can you teach me how to get a ring like a good one?" And it's so serious.
There you go, girl. You will be the expert now.
4 proposals, 1 engagement. So my experience qualifies me, because it took me 9 years to cultivate this material. So I apologize to all of the guys at the book launch that she messed with their life and toyed with their emotions for like 9 years. Because
now, was this this was just an experiment? Ooh, this is like nitty gritty. Oh no!
But I did tell, like, a lot of the guys I really did love, like, and really did grow. Of course, because some of them were 3 years, 4 years. But it was just like, I was kind of like,
you unplugged yourself.
Yeah.
Because you knew that wasn't the right one. But if it was the right one, you would have been like.
If it was like, I do.
Wedding bells.
I do. We would have been jumping the broom. But the thing is, it was just like, well, let me see if I say this, how would he react? Okay, how about if I do this? How's he going to respond to this? Or he responded positively to this. So let me see. Yeah. So it was kind of like a remote control a little bit, but it was still in a loving way. Like, and they all love me. Like, we love each other. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the best part.
Absolutely.
Well, we're getting so.
Because if that's the case, I wouldn't be here talking to you. I would be like in the city morgue, right?
That's right. I hear that.
So I did it with love. Like, I really did.
That's good. Everything should be done with love.
Yeah, I did it with love.
What's amazing.
Yeah, and they turned out to be really great guys. Disclaimer.
Oh, that's good. That's awesome. See, so you helped them.
Yes.
And they helped you.
Yes.
It's a win-win situation. That's why we're here, to talk about the win-win, right? Well, we'll be right back after this short break, and we'll find out what makes her an unsung hero. Hi, everyone. I'm Chrissy Morales, the producer and host of Unsung Heroes. If you or someone you know has a positive story to tell, email me at tvunsungheroes@gmail.com, and you could be sitting right there. Welcome back. I'm Chrissy Morales, and we're having such a blast. Yes. So, to continue our conversation, how are these guys doing?
They are doing actually phenomenal. The first guy that I had performed this case study with, he's actually, he ended up getting case money, which was funny. So it happened like really wonderful for his life. So every girl, when I was talking to him at the time, they were like, girl, you should stay. He just came up on $2 million and this, that, and the third. And I was like, no.
You were like, I'm a queen. I'm
like, he's good for somebody else. Because at the end of the day, it wasn't like a manipulative thing. It was just like, he's not my guy.
Right.
But I did also like pour in a lot of things to him, where he started his own business. He started his own t-shirt company. And he's just like really rolling and growing. And he'll call me. He's like, I'm telling you, you know, if you ever want to hang out. Or I'm like, go and find you another guideline, girl.
You were like, my time has passed.
We're expired now, but that's okay.
You're expired. That's a good one. That's a good one.
But then, like, there's another guy, like, he's off really, like, heavy in ministry. He's, like, really doing well for himself. And my thing is when you break away from somebody, it's so important to build them up. A lot of times in relationships, when you're hurt or if you feel some kind of way, you'll say, oh, you'll never find anybody like me and you'll never find anybody as good as me. And it's like, why do that? Because now you're just sending off other hurt people into the world. Like, why don't you tell them, look at how beautiful you are. You know what, you can be great if you change this or maybe alter this or look into this. You know, I really think you would be a phenomenal partner for somebody else and set them up in a way that they'll go out and help somebody else.
Right, and they won't be lingering and trying to like stalk your life because they're not happy
if you
with
know
theirs.
that they're not for you, then why do you want to destroy them for the next person that is for them? Like build them up and leave them with some self-confidence and self-worth when they leave you. At least they got something from you.
Now, what else did you get from them other than the experiment? I know you gained love and everything, but what do you think you've learned from that whole experience?
Patience.
Okay.
It took a lot of patience, especially knowing that you're not supposed to be in a situation and you still have to be there. It was like really I could leave tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, but I really have to do this. Not only that, the last guy, it was a lot of long suffering because I really did love him. And it was just like, you know how you kind of look at somebody and you're like, if you do this, and if you do this, we could probably really do this thing.
Yeah, but you have to mold him to being what you wanted, and that's not who he is.
And that's not what I wanted to do either. Right. So it was just like, you know what? I have to accept you for who you are, and I can't change you. And I don't want to change you. That's the thing. I want you to be comfortable with who you are, and it's just not us.
Right.
So that was cool too.
So you've learned so much, you've gone through all this, but yet you're still doing a whole bunch of things. Yeah. You do teaching, ministry. Tell us about that.
So I am first an entrepreneurial transformation coach. I work with entrepreneurs specifically. So before I was doing coaching, but it was more so like just a freelancer or somebody who just needed coaching. Now I am tailored to the entrepreneur because a lot of the times when I got in business for myself, I'm also a nurse too.
Wow. So, she does it all, y'all. Y'all better be. Listen, the king who's out there for her, you better be a true king because we're not playing around here.
I'm serious. I was really like in a place where I felt like if I talk to certain friends, when you're an entrepreneur, your friends don't necessarily understand money. So it's like if you want to go out and they're like, oh, well, we about to go out, ball out. And you're like, I can't do that. I have to buy office supplies. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you're really real live adulting where you're not necessarily going in and clocking in and working for somebody else who has to do the orders for their office supplies. If that makes sense. So
it's coming out of your money.
So it's a lot of sacrifices in the beginning. So a lot of people, they feel like, oh, I lost a bunch of people when I came up. No, you didn't. It's just that they didn't understand the process that you were going through. So you weren't necessarily having haters or losing people. They just didn't understand your process because they weren't in that same mental capacity.
Right.
So I kind of build that safe haven for them. Like, listen, we can come and talk about things that may be difficult. And then in relationship too. So I've had a lot of married folks come and be like, I read your book and...
did it save the marriage or did it?
Yeah, they started
great.
Because I have a chapter in the book that just because you have the guide doesn't mean you don't need the guidelines. Because a lot of time we get in relationships and women, they can beat me up all they want to, but we fall off.
Right, and you forget who you are.
We stop being who they met. So it's like, you know, you were dressed up, you were pretty, you got your nails done, and then it's like, now you're comfortable, you wear sweatpants
and all that.
You know what I mean? You talk sassy a little bit now, and it's like, it's not like he wants to go out and seek somebody else, he just wants to find who he saw in you from the beginning.
Right, that's a good one though, and a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
But I feel like if a guy would just open up and just say that to them, then they would be more willing to change.
Because I've had clients where they'll say, oh, well, please, you know, he's not the same person either. It's not about him. It's about you.
Right.
So if
we're focusing on you right
everything
now.
Everything is about self. It's not about what he's doing. It's about what we're doing. So are we projecting our best self also? It's about accountability because we can't place it. Whatever anybody else is doing, they're accountable for their own actions. However, you are also. So if you got you a ain't-ish boyfriend, it's because you allow some ain't-ish stuff to happen.
Yeah.
Did you stop it? Or you allowed your emotions to take over? Oh, but I really love him. Maybe he'll change. No, he won't. He's presenting. And that's who he is. So you have to take it at face value. Right. You can't try to change it, try to alter it, no. He's showing you and let that be that. So...
And that is powerful, you know, just to be able to talk to somebody and say, hey, I need help with this. I need I need some guidelines.
Yeah.
And for you to be able to like say, hey, look, I have a bunch of experience on this. Come on down. Let's chat. That's awesome.
Yeah. And it was like, they were really receptive to it. When the book came out, like I said, it did really, really well. The very first day it was bestseller, and I didn't even have it up. It took me 41 rejections, by the way.
Wow.
And people were like, 41?
From publishers?
No, I have my own publishing company.
Oh, okay.
So Guideline Girls is my publishing company. Wow. That's who my book is published through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Look
I started.
At you, girl. Oh, she is a queen.
So I published because I wanted to maintain my own rights. I'm like, you're not going to hook me up with a self-publishing kit, and I really don't own this. All these kits where it's like, oh, we'll help you become self-published and self this. If your name is on the back of my book, I'm not self anything.
That's true. And you want to promote self.
You're getting my royalties. I'm getting about $1.40 per copy, not me.
No.
So
right.
Yeah. So it really took me a lot of legwork, but 40 rejections I got.
Wow.
On Amazon alone. So the 41st attempt, they ended up approving my file, approving me. Google Books wound up sending me some stuff, and all these other people. They're like, okay, we'll accept you now.
And finally, because they felt the heat.
Listen, they see them numbers, and they're like, yeah, we'll get you in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
We're having a great conversation. We'll be right back after this short break. Hey guys, this is Chrissy Morales here, the producer and host of Unsung Heroes, and I'm looking for someone like you to be on my show. If you think you have what it takes to be an unsung hero, email me at tvunsungheroes@gmail.com. Hi guys, this is Chrissy Morales here, and the audience is dying to know, what do you think makes an unsung hero?
The word unsung really, to me, it defines who I am, because I ran like a secret society for a long time where it was like I did a lot of referrals. So if you knew me, it was because somebody else knew me and they told you about me. So, and I liked it that way for a while. I think unsung is really like somebody who doesn't get enough recognition for what they provide or what they produce for the community or for their families or wherever they are, where they're touching people. They're a nation of people. So I feel like people who just don't get that necessarily notoriety or whatever it is, their accolades that they're supposed to get. Right.
Well, we think that you're an unsung hero. Can we give her a round of applause?
Oh, thank you.
Welcome. You're helping so many people, and
thank you.
What people don't understand is that you can help people in many different ways.
Yeah.
And you're helping people with relationship building. Yeah. That is so powerful.
I know. And so, we gotta restore.
Yes. and it's like I've talked to so many people about self-reflection, and you do a lot of this, and obviously you're building yourself up so well. What advice can you give to people who, just really want to go and do everything that you're doing and be independent?
I would say just resiliency. Like, you really have to have the tenacity to keep going past the no's, past the failures, the several attempts. Like, I could have stopped at 3 rejections and never made it to that 41st time. So if you really, really want something and it's really worth having, you're going to have to be prepared for that repudiation, for that rejection factor to hit you like, you know what, no, I'm strong enough for this. And I'm going to get exactly what I see. Writing the vision, making it plain, having a place where you can see it daily, where you can feel like you can obtain this goal because you can see it. Once you can see it, you can produce it. It's already done. So prayer, fasting, supplication. I believe in God. I ask God for blessings, and He does it. Walking in faith, not just sitting on your behind. I tell everybody, I will help you up off of your knees, but I won't help you up off of your behind. So that's a big difference. I can tell that you were in a posture of standing at one point.
Yes.
So I can bring you up from there. But if you are on your behind, that's no indication to me that you have been in movement.
Ooh, I like that. That's true.
That's just like how I feel. So just keep sticking with it. Write it, make it plain, and go get it. Don't ever accept a no. Never get a no. My mom used to tell me, and I thank God for this woman, she used to tell me, always ask. The worst thing you could get is a no.
I mean, why not, right? What
you never know what's going to happen.
You never know. Why not just do it?
Just ask.
Right?
Yep. You have not because you asked not.
Ooh, I hear that one.
That's what it is.
And with your ministry, you're doing so much with that. Tell us about that. I mean, this is just a phenomenal week for us.
Yeah.
This will be coming out later this episode, but the fact that this is Holy Week is
I know,
so resurrection. Like, this is like so amazing. I've gone through so many trials and tribulations this week. It's been really hard for me to get through certain things, but I knew that at the end, God brought me here to do this show and speak to beautiful people.
Yes.
But this is Holy Week and you're here.
Yeah.
And you do ministry. This is amazing. This is amazing.
He's an
Talk
awesome
about the
planner.
word.
He's an awesome planner. And the thing about it is people are like, oh, well, I thought you were a pastor and you're supposed to be like up on the pulpit. My thing is, I like to reach people where they are. And oftentimes, if you're in that leadership role, you can't necessarily reach somebody in the congregation. They don't want to raise their hand and talk in Bible study. They don't want anybody else to hear their personal thoughts. So what I do in my office, I create that safe place for them to come and talk to me. Whatever it is you want to talk about, transparency inspires trust. We build a relationship off of talking, realness. I don't want to hear who you pretend to be. I want to know who you are.
I love that.
Because that's the only way we can get healing, closure, deliverance.
Right, absolutely.
But they need that safe haven to do that. And a lot of the times we have to go out into the highways and the byways. And if that's me being in an office where people can come in and feel safe, then that's my highway and byway.
And you know what? They say that the temple is...
We're the church.
We are the church, right?
It's not an edifice. It's not a tabernacle. That's a place that we go and assemble for worship together. And we shouldn't forsake the assembly of worshiping together, but that's not the church.
Right.
He said
this right here.
That we
You're
are
looking at it.
We are the bricks, literally.
Right,
so he said when that last brick is laid, he was talking about that last soul being saved. So that could be Jessica from down the street. That can be Henry from across the way. Whoever it is, that last brick that creates that solid foundation, boom.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And you're just such a beautiful person.
Thank you.
We are so happy to have you here on the show. I wish we could stay talking all day long. Because
I'm free till 3.
and we can still keep talking. But guys, we want to honor you with an Unsung Heroes Award.
Really?
For doing such amazing things in the community. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll give hugs.
Oh my gosh. I appreciate this.
You're welcome.
I'm putting this in my office.
Now the world can see that you truly are an Unsung Heroes, and we're so happy to have you.
I love this. Thank you
so much. Until next time, guys, this is season 3 of Unsung Heroes. Let's take some selfies.
Let's do it.